Can you believe how warm it is?
No, I can't, actually.
What would it be like in Finland right now?
Pretty cold, like below freezing probably. You know, Cody said, well, this is my boat. And I was like, okay, I'm sold. This is it. Oh my gosh. It's like, it was so gorgeous. It's the dream boat. It's like a pirate ship. Well, I think animals have always been a big part of my life. I'm really into dog training. That's always been there. So I would always pick that as one of my life passions.
The situation with the boat is that I've done a lot of work. The interior is getting to be in pretty good shape. I've got a lot of it painted. I've got 2 coats of Sea Tall and Sea Tall Light on the masts now. And then I've kind of moved into the engine compartment.
We're pulling the gas tank out of the boat because the tank got a leak in it. And it's going to become a bitch because this opening right here is just about the same size as that tank down there.
It's going to be a bastard.
Okay, we're getting mostly air now. Oh, this is the contraption that we hooked up to try to hoist the tank out to help us out a little bit. That got heavy.
This is the best decision I ever made to get this boat. And even though this project boat is a lot of work and a lot of things are going wrong, that's exactly why I got it. And the boat is getting in better and better shape every day.
Lots and lots of varnish on, over and over.
The carvings were done when this boat was in Bali. And what they did at that time is because instead of hiring a person to stay aboard and watch it, they hired a wood carver to come on board, and the wood carver actually started and then have come all the way around and ended up here when they came back. So that this wall hasn't gotten done yet. It should be smelling of fresh bread and cinnamon.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I have to say that I enjoy being at the land more than I like being at sea. Although once you're at sea, you don't want to go back to land. And once you're at land, you don't want to go back to sea. So it's kind of a weird setup. Yeah, I'm going to scribe a line right here, the width of that. And then I'm going to saw it off, and then I'm going to scribe the other line here and see how much is left, and then divide it in 2 and cut it again, and then we'll have the 2 side pieces. My dad had a boat, and he went to the Balboa Yacht Club in Panama, and I went to high school there, so I got to meet the cruisers from in the late 60s, early 70s. So anyway, I got to see, you know, the people that were circumnavigating with sextants and without water makers.
Behind us is Mare Island.
Finland has a lot of good sunsets though.
What's the difference between a Finnish sunset and this one?
This is fast. In Finland it takes hours for the sun to set. We really connected, and I felt like he was my soulmate. There was not very many people before him that I could really feel like I could talk openly and freely about whatever I thought about almost anything. I don't have any doubts.
Where are we on the grid? Figured Angel Island, you know, casual. Oh. Wearing ties.
cold this morning?
Not here. Outside. We got this super awesome new diesel heater. And right now we have 2 cups of cocoa warming on top of it. And it's been keeping the boat super warm.
Right now we're in the lab that I've spent about 5 years of my life in. Around me I see a lot of like square edges, like a lot of square windows. It's a very linear environment, a lot of long hallways. Everything is in these little boxes and is straight lines. And the people, when they're in this environment, tend to think in straight lines too. You know, it's like it helps facilitate that feeling of order and structure. And it's just such a contrast to the sailing world, which is, you know, the boat is all strange angles and the masts are leaned a little bit and the corners all rounded and it's all made out of wood and it's all handmade, so nothing's quite exactly the same. And it's sailing across this ocean, which is like wave after wave rolling by, and each one's a little bit different. And how you even feel about it is changing. And like everything is dynamic in that environment. Very gray, gooey. Not good.
Our big project, and I think we're on the same page, is getting the old engine out, the new engine in line to the shaft. And you know, everything else is theoretically there. You can just hook it back up. So dozens of hours for sure.
So how many years have you been doing this with boats?
All my life, since I was, my parents had a marina, so I'm working on boats since I'm about 10, 11 years old.
You ever gonna get tired of it?
No, I couldn't imagine doing anything else. Let's see. There must be another hook somewhere. I don't think this is strong enough over there.
Was this the center point?
Lift the engine up, take the stringer extension out, lift the engine up and slide it over, set it down and reposition everything, and move the engine out piece by piece. The old one, depends on the rating, was either 61 horsepower or 75, and this is 75 horsepower. Only time we had an engine like this, like your old engine, we hauled out and the customer jumped down in the dock and the engine fell over and fell in the water.
So what's going on behind me right now is they're actually lowering the boat down into the water. So at this point the bottom has been painted, and once it's in the water I go pay the bill. We're done with the engine job.